Today, we're going to talk about Hollywood's endless strike and the fact that it just keeps getting worse and worse. You see, the Writers Guild strike has entered its third month, and tensions are rising as all parties seem unwilling to find any type of common ground. This is now only exacerbated by the WGA introducing new demands on Friday that will definitely prolong the strike even further, showcasing a complete lack of cooperation and fair dealing from all sides. When will this thing end, and when will we expect everyone back to work? Well, let's dive into what seems to divide the parties now, because it just got worse. Here we go. So the WGA threw a monkey wrench into any progress this week by adding to the list of asks that they know will cause a hard stop. You see, the primary demand is for the companies to agree to a healthcare benefit extension that would give the striking rioters more time to qualify for health coverage, which many of them face losing due to the lack of earnings during the current work stoppage. And to me, that's a strange ask, of course, because this will only delay things further at a time when the last thing you possibly need is more delay. At least that's my estimation, but they're writers, not geniuses. Under the previous contract, writers needed to earn a minimum of $41,773 per year just to qualify for healthcare coverage. However, with earnings lost during this 3-month period, during the strike, writers will have less time to reach that threshold once the strike ends. Well, yeah. Friday's meeting was actually meant to discuss terms for a potential return to the bargaining table. Well, as could have been predicted, instead of bridging the divide, it appears to have pushed the parties even further apart. Ellen Stutzman, the WGA's chief negotiator here, emphasized the need for the AMPTP to respond comprehensively to all of the Guild's proposals, including addressing issues arising from the strike their Guild initiated, such as health extensions and adding additional funding to the WGA's pension and health fund. Strangely, it's easy to see what pushed the AMPTP away from the bargaining table once more. What's funny here is in previous proposals, the individual writing team members were to receive pension, health, and the diversion of 0.5% of negotiated minimum increases to the P&H fund. Those were, of course, met with rejection from these companies. So little wonder that the more asks that are on the front here met with the closing of doors. Despite the urgency of the matter for the guilds, or from the guild's perspective, no similar requests from the WGA have ever been met with any kind of enthusiasm, and who can blame the studios for that? Upon learning this, I doubt even the audience, or of the films or the shows or anything else, have any kind of sympathy or even empathy at this point for the guilds. Now, the loss of health coverage affects not only the WGA, but also other industry workers, as evidenced by IATSE's appeal to ease eligibility requirements for the motion picture industry pension and health plans. Also, again, another factor that the guilds and the individual unions should have prepared their members for from the very beginning. At least, you know, set aside a war chest for such needs. But hey, don't think logically, guys. And in a wholly separate meeting that was scheduled between the WGA and the AMPTP, attempts to reach an agreement to resume negotiations also failed. So, not great news. The AMPTP stated that they needed to consult with their member studios before proceeding, further prolonging this standstill, for lack of a better descriptive. Both parties are exchanging, well, harsh words, that's a nice way to say it, with the WGA accusing the studios of playing games, spreading disinformation, and employing a tired playbook in labor relations. Now, the studios in turn expressed concern about the impact of the strike on the industry and emphasized the importance of getting people back to work. Not to mention their statements indicating that the guilds are also employing misinformation and playing games, i.e. this latest health coverage request, among many other things, I'm sure. So as the strike drags on, thousands of writers and actors have taken to the streets to picket, sending a clear message that they're committed to making writing a viable profession for all, and to take a hard stance on some AI stuff that could really challenge their work environment in the future. The strike's impact on the economy and the community members is increasingly apparent, whether you're a restaurant or not, and that's prompting the Clown Show LA Mayor Karen Bass to offer personal engagement to help reach a resolution if required. I can't imagine her negotiating anything aside from trips to the craft services table. I mean, have you seen LA lately? She can't even manage her own city. Yikes. Anyway, now, with all parties operating in bad faith and with no end in sight, the stalemate continues, leaving writers, actors, and the entire entertainment industry in a state of uncertainty and probably some frustration. And for many outside the industry, it's a chance to take a breather from the constant prating, lecturing, and all the other stuff that happens on late night shows, and basically find an opportunity to take up other activities that, well, will break the habit of late night television. I'll probably be better off. For my friends in the industry, I am truly, truly sorry. I wish your leaders understood where they lost the plot and why very few people are even paying attention right now. Hopefully, right minds will come together. I think we all know and accept that that won't be soon, fortunately. Anyway, the time for my thoughts is now over. What are yours? Let me know in the comment box down below, and hopefully we can talk about this together. I think there's a lot to talk about here, and I expect different perspectives as well. Until next time, otherwise, have a great day, everybody. See ya! This is the track that does, and then it just goes on and on. Not great from people staring, striking, not knowing